This is Tony and Mike in the morning on WICC 600, sponsored by Selco Heating and Air Conditioning.
All right, good morning. Once again, we're at 9:10. It's Tony and Mike in the morning. With me here in the studio is my good friend Eric. And Eric, of course, is with the Greater Bridgeport Symphony. I'm telling you, Eric Jacobsen, a great conductor, a great musician. And coming up this weekend, Season in Space. He's here to tell you a little bit more about it. Eric, first, how you doing, my friend?
Pretty good. Good morning. How you doing?
All right. I know it's a little early for you, right?
It's a little early. It's a little early for most people, right? No, it's not that bad at all.
Not bad. Not bad. All right. Tell us a little bit about the show. I mean, it sounds interesting.
Yeah, tomorrow night at the Klein, once again, one of the most beautiful places to play. We're going to play a few different pieces. One that I'm really looking forward to is by Mason Bates, young composer today, wrote a piece to celebrate John F. Kennedy and the space program. It's an incredible piece that has both a singer live singing for you and also pre-recorded things of JFK's moonshot speech and news from the time 50 years ago when we first landed on the moon. It's so magical.
Yeah, it was an exciting time. And I mean, you missed it, but it was.
You missed it, too.
I was there.
You were not there.
Believe it or not, I was, 8 years old.
You remember it?
Well, I remember my family. I remember being over my grandmother's house.
Okay.
And I remember my family gathering around the television. I remember, like, my mother and father. My father got all teary-eyed. Can't believe we landed on the moon. I didn't understand it. I didn't know what we were doing. I wanted to go outside and play, but I do remember that moment.
So first of all, I can't believe that you're 58.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, that really proves a point, which is we as a group of humanity all came together 50 years ago and witnessed something.
Sure.
It doesn't matter where in the world you were. You either heard it on a radio, heard it in the paper, someone told you it, or you saw it on TV, and everyone for a moment looked up, all at the same time asked very similar questions. It's something we could use a bit of right now.
Sure, absolutely. I would imagine there's a big screen. You could see John F. Kennedy and all of that behind you.
It's actually just text. It's just singing and the recording. It's not actually the visual. So it's a little bit of making it. It's a little feng shui. Like you could make what you want of it.
Nice,
yeah.
Very nice. Now, what other tunes can we expect? 2001?
No, we did that at the last concert.
Okay.
And the second half is going to have the most incredible Sibelius symphony. So of course the Finnish composer, someone writing music that really sounds like where he comes from, this kind of north country, both the landscapes of Scandinavia, you have the colors of Scandinavia, you have the incredible thing of having sun so present during your life for 6 months and, not present for 6 months of your life.
Wow.
And that really does tie the entire concert together. So also starting off on the concert, we have two pieces by young people. The first piece is by a composer, Jordan Kuspa, who won our concerto, our writing competition, our composer competition. He wrote a piece with a bunch of other people. He submitted it, and he was chosen because it's really an incredible piece, so well crafted. It's got this incredible groove to it. It's very fast and fun and hard.
Wow,
and
that's
then,
great.
And then the cello concerto competition is being played by Camden, who won our competition last year. He's playing this beautiful piece by Bruch called Kol Nidre. It's going to be a very, very beautiful start to a concert.
And of course, are you going to do a little introduction before it starts?
Of course.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, on the introductions, you work on those, or are those right off the top of your head?
A little bit of both, a little bullet point. What do you do?
Well, up here?
Yeah, what do you do?
It's right off the top of my head every day. You can't tell?
Well, see, the thing is, as a musician, you're trained to play music, you're trained to interpret music, but you're not necessarily trained to talk off the top of your head. So, one has to actually build up to that, as I'm sure you, right now, after doing this for how many years?
About 35.
So now, the skills that you have with that microphone are probably so incredibly honed, and as a musician, we try to do the same thing, both with our craft performing, but also being able to communicate with an audience.
All right, it's going to be a big, big show, and it happens tomorrow night. Eric Jacobsen will be the conductor. It happens tomorrow. Season in Space. We choose to go to the moon. If you haven't been to the Klein Memorial Auditorium to see Eric in action with the Greater Bridgeport Symphony Orchestra, you don't know what you're missing. Now, what do? Let's bring Mark Halstead over here. If people want tickets, What do we do? First of all, how you doing, Mike?
I'm doing great, Tony. We're having such a good time putting this concert together, and the whole season is so well received. People are excited about this theme. It does bring people yours and my age. I was the same thing, watching the TV with my parents. But, you know, that time was so special, and I think it's going to be something for a revelation for younger people. There was a time in America when America was all together for a little while, and it was a beautiful moment. And so hopefully we're going to get a little of that hopefulness into the audience, and the music is so exciting. It's just beautiful.
Sure.
So it's all on the website, of course. You can read a little more about it. That's www.gbs.org. And I will be in the office today and tomorrow taking ticket orders. It's 576-0263, area code 203, of course. And we're hoping for a nice big crowd. And we do a lot of special deals for families. And this is a great concert. If you've got people in your household never been to a concert before, they're going to get the best of the old and the new. You got music from the 1800s, and you got music from last year. And they're going to hear the past and the future of orchestral music. It's a dynamite concert.
Now, once this concert's over, what's up next?
Oh, next month. I would let Eric do this.
All right.
Well, so we are so lucky. We have two huge world-famous soloists joining us this year. At the end of the season in April, the great violinist Gil Shaham is joining us, someone who plays with the New York Philharmonic regularly, someone who's truly one of the great musicians of our time. And just announced, it just came out, even though we've known about it for a while, we couldn't tell anyone until more or less today. This is actually the first time we're publicly announcing it, that our December concert, we're going to have the pianist Yuja Wang join us, who is, one of the greatest musicians living today, a young woman who is able to really tell us a story with her piano almost like no one else. And she is currently on tour in Europe right now. And if you look her up, she's about as famous as they come. And we are so lucky to have her with us.
All right. So check out all of these shows. Once again, Mark, give us that website. Give us the telephone number if people want tickets.
Okay, it's www.gbs.org, and the phone number 203-576-0263. And in conjunction with what Eric just said, we're still doing subscriptions. So you can get a ticket for tonight, you can get for Yuja Wang, and you can get the great concerts in the spring, and get them all together. You save a lot of money. Bring the kids down. This is better than movies. This is better than any entertainment they're going to get sitting around, believe me.
All right, gentlemen, I thank you so much for taking a few minutes. Good luck with the show. And, hey, we'll talk to you next month, I would imagine.
Thank you so much.
Sounds good. We look forward to it. It is time for traffic and weather. We'll get to that coming up next.